Hey guys, this is Inverse, and you're watching the very last Company of Heroes Online first-person video cast in the Operation Dynamo update, because Menace was finally released. Yay! I've downloaded it, played a few games. This game, however, is from the old patch. It's recorded yesterday. I'll be commenting on it. A game between XT1, an infantry commander, and myself on my Terror account on Samoa. I actually played a very, very good game against Nystrom right before, or just before now, before I'm recording this. But silly me, I forgot to press the record button, which was awesome. So I'll be getting a few more games in with him in the near future. Look for those games to go up next week. I'll be posting them regardless of whether or not I win. I know you guys have been eager for more videos, even if they're not games that I win, so I'll be trying to do that. Nystrom's a great player, so even if I do get rolled like I did today, actually it was a pretty good game, but even if I do lose, it'll be good. It'll be a good game to watch at least. Should be fun. It'll be fun to see how he plays. It'd be better with replays, of course, because then you could see exactly how he plays, but we'll hopefully get that in no time. Let's see. Samoa, I've mentioned it in the past. Don't like playing on it as Wehrmacht. I'm going to be going regular Volks, and then bike, and then close combat, and then I think Fatherland. I'm trying to level up that Fatherland MG. I think I got it to Vet 4 now. It's like a sliver away from Vet 5 when it gets the overpowered movement speed bonus. But this game, it's not a great game, but it's a decent showcase of how to deal with early game pressure, especially against assault jeeps. And it's on Samoa, so any game that I do decently on Samoa, I feel pretty good about it, because I hate this map as Wehrmacht. Nothing too special early on right now. I'm building the wire around my fuel point to keep harassing riflemen out of there, because they'll have to run around it, get suppressed by the MG. He will have to divert an engineer over there to cut the wire and then cap it, and he has an assault jeep, which I can't wait to fight because I love assault jeeps and they're completely balanced. Not really, but anyways, let's see. I think he's gonna have an engineer up here. Most players are gonna build their first engineer, send it to those two plus 10 points up there, and then to the plus 5 fuel. So I'm just going to try to surround him, hopefully force him to retreat. I also have my Volks in there. Send my piles over to the right hand side to cap. Hopefully he's going to send his assault jeep into the middle to help his rifle squad that's undoubtedly coming. And my pile will be able to cap, which it wasn't able to before. Yep, there's the rifle squad and there's the assault jeep. So I'm going to hop in the building, because at least in the building my Volks won't get completely chewed up by the assault jeep, and my bike is dying very quickly. So I'm going to run him away. I actually thought for a second I was going to send him back to my base, but his assault jeep stopped attacking the bike, so I decided, hey, I'll just hang out over there and I will repair it with my pioneers. He's moving out, probably trying to cut me off. He wouldn't really be cutting me off from anything at this point because I don't have any resource territories on the left hand side. I'm just now capping the fuel, and I had to take my pioneers off of the munitions point to repair my bike, so they aren't capping right now either. And he has another rifle squad on the left, so he's focusing heavily on the left, meaning my pios should go pretty much uncontested on the right hand side unless he sends an engineer squad over there. And even then, my field pioneers are Vet 5. I'm fairly confident I should be able to handle them. Actually decide to hop my engineers out of the building, my Volks out of the building, sorry, and then realize, oh wait a minute, there's an assault jeep, so I'll hop back in. My bike's gonna run away. My piles are gonna try to eat on these riflemen until they get focused down, which I think is gonna happen pretty soon. Yep, so I just get them out of there. Volk squad's pretty resilient in buildings, especially the building I'm in right now. If I pan over there, you'll probably be able to see. Yep, it's you can't really see, but always keep in mind the type of building. You can see right there, that one is stone and wood. It's always better to go in larger buildings made of stone rather than buildings made of wood, because they actually do give you better defensive bonuses. You might think all buildings are are the same, but that just isn't the case. You want good buildings, big buildings, especially against grenades, because big buildings will reduce the damage you take from grenades a lot. That's why the church in the middle is such a good place to put an MG, because it's almost impossible to get it out of there with grenades. You really need flamers. Now, I saw his engineers run right by my Captain Field Pioneers and head down to the fuel point, so I preemptively sent some Pioneers over there, built some sandbags. Pioneers and sandbags will definitely beat those hero engineers at long range, and if they try to cut the wire, I'll be doing extra damage to them, which is definitely what I want. And yep, he's forced to retreat. Awesome retreat path when harassing the southern player's fuel on Samoa. Tends to go right by your opponent rather, his base MGs, and really tears you guys up. I do have a sniper on the field now, so I'm going to try to use it to bait his assault jeep into hopefully hitting a mine, which I haven't laid yet, so I'm probably going to, put my first one up right there. I'm going to try to get one also at that crossroads in between the left and center sides of the map. It's a great place to put mines because vehicles very frequently go through that area. Yep, there you go, right there. Vehicles frequent that area. Jeeps, it's normally right on your sniper's retreat path. If your sniper is operating on the left-hand side like mine is, it's just an all-around good mine spot. There's a pretty good chance one of your mines is going to get hit if you put them in the middle or on that little crossroads on Samoa. Great mine map. Spam mines whenever you can, sorry, as either faction. Really gives you a leg up. Getting my tier 2 up. Haven't seen any tech, so I'm going to be assuming he's going M8. He's an infantry commander, so he probably won't be going fast Shermans. But fast M8, you never know. He also does know I have a sniper now, so he's going to be sending his assault jeep in, probably on the next assault, to try and take care of that sniper. I moved my Fatherland MG over from the left-hand side. However, he is now attacking from the left-hand side. There's the jeep. Rifle squad coming in on the left, so I managed to reposition rather my MG. Gonna bring in my close combats, and now what I'm trying to do is bait the jeep over the mine. Of course, it doesn't work, so I decide no, I'm gonna retreat and hope I do enough damage on retreat. He doesn't have much health, but he does do a smart thing, and he tries to block my sniper. It's a little more difficult to do with jeeps than it is to do with larger vehicles like M8s or Shermans, because the jeep's physical model isn't that big. But as you saw, the assault jeep got knocked out. I saved my sniper, and I'm feeling a little better about myself. He didn't really cap much territory. Of course, I don't have many resource points outside of the 2+10s on my side of the river, which means he has a pretty hefty fuel income. I haven't been able to harass him at all because he's been very offensive. So I'm laying mines. Gonna lay a mine right there in front of my bridge. That's just to make sure if he sends an M8 over there to try to harass my base, or my pack will probably be around that area since that's where I normally put my pack on this map. And if his M8 tries to flank the pack, he's gonna hit a mine, which is going to be good for me because I'll be able to finish it off with a Faust, more likely just the pack changing direction. Now moving out on the left-hand side, he is doing a smart thing and flanking from the right. Only problem is he's walking right past the territories I own. When you're playing Americans, always keep in mind that your opponent has vision of the points that they've captured. And I lost a pioneer. But yeah, your opponent has vision of the points that he has captured. So if you're going to try to set up a flank,
try not to walk right past all the points he has captured, because that's just asking to get an MG in your face. Very good timing on my pack. It actually hit the field the exact same time as the M8, and the M8 did hit a mine. So I'm thinking, awesome. There goes his tech advantage. It's always a huge blow to your opponent if you can manage to knock out a shock unit before it's able to do much of anything. Of course, as you can see right here, it manages to snipe my sniper, which I was quite upset about. I was hoping he wouldn't get a lucky hit and would actually miss my sniper, but he managed to pick it off with the M8, which is too bad for me. With that in mind, we both came out fairly even in that battle. I lost my sniper, which is a hefty blow, 340 manpower, as well as being a pure anti-infantry unit, meaning if I rebuild it rather, I'll be sacrificing anti-tank because I won't be able to upgrade it with any sort of anti-tank weaponry. It doesn't come with any sort of anti-tank weaponry like Volks do with their Fausts. However, my opponent did lose his M8 with... It had skirts. I can't remember if it had a MG. If he was smart, he would have canceled the MG the moment he hit the mine, knowing he probably was going to lose that M8. So that's 280 manpower and 300 fuel lost for him, as well as the 50 munitions for the skirts, potentially 50 munitions also for the upgun. And mines right there, which I note, and I'm going to throw a grenade on him. Hopefully his engineers will not move away from the grenade, and the splash damage will also hurt them. However, they retreat in time, so I'm going to finally try to harass that fuel point to his, try to keep him away from vehicles a little bit longer, since I'm guessing after that failed M8 assault, he's going to be trying to get Shermans, which is what I personally would do. If you lose your first M8, it's not really a good idea to build another one, because your opponent is only going to strengthen his anti-tank forces in the time it takes you to get that second M8. Big flank going on in the middle. I do have 2 units in buildings. It's not always a good idea to put 2 units in buildings, especially considering the fact that the direction that building is, or the side of the building that my units are shooting out of, only had 2 windows. Now my close combats are able to shoot out the other side while my engineer shoots out the 2 front windows. But earlier on, my MG was occupying one of those windows, and either a close combat guy or my MG submachine gun crew member was shooting out of that side, meaning there were 6 guys actually, in that building not doing anything. So he lost a lot of manpower in that engagement, which is good for me. I noticed a bar on the ground over there. I'm going to try to pick it up. Don't know what my bike is doing. Also rebuilt my sniper. Haven't gotten any vet yet. I can't remember if I get vet this game or if I go tier 4. It might be a tier 4 game, because I had suspected at this point that he was probably going for tank depot units. I can't remember. This game was only yesterday. I already can't remember if he actually does go for tank depot units, but that'll just make it more exciting when we do find out. I have fairly dominant control of the map right now. At this point, I'm feeling fairly good about my ability to hold him off, so I will be teching. Always a good idea to tech when you've got your opponent on the back foot, usually after a forced retreat, or a retreat that you force rather. As you can see on the left hand side there, I wired off that section of the far left VP and munitions points. That way he'll either have to send a vehicle over there to break that wire, send some engineers over to cut the wire, or walk the long way around, which is not something you want to do. I'm going to go pick up that bar with these Grens. I was also salvaging, I forgot to mention this when I was doing it, but I was salvaging his M8 wreck and his Jeep wreck. Always do that with your Pioneers. If you aren't doing anything with your Pioneers, And you've got some wrecks